Hi everyone, it's Tuesday and we are continuing to learn about 3D objects. We are learning to sort, describe and name familiar three-dimensional objects in the environment. We can be successful by identifying some features of 3D objects by feeling their features. We can recognize and name 3D objects by their name or familiar shapes or objects. And we can locate and manipulate and describe 3D objects in the environment. The vocabulary that we will use include the words object, shape, size, curved, flat, pointy, round, roll, slide, stack, cone, cube, cylinder, sphere, prism, surface, flat surface, curved surface, and face. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to go and do is find a bag to use with today's activity. So it can be any kind of bag. It could be your library bag from school. It could be a plastic bag that's okay with mum and dad. You need to check that first. It could be a shopping bag or even a backpack. It's just a bag that you can place some items in. Okay, so pause the video, go get your bag ready, come back, play the video. Let's go. Okay, sphere. Let's have a look at the sphere. Can you find this shape at home or school? Let's have a look. Oh, this sphere, we could find an orange. I wonder if you can find a different sphere at home. Okay, have a think where you might go and find one and pause the video. Go and collect it. Check that it's okay with mum and dad. It has to be small enough and not breakable that it can go into the bag, and then come back. So pause the video, go and get your sphere and come back. All right, let's go. Okay, let's take a look at this cube now. I wonder if you have any cubes at home. Let's take a look at this cube. What's an example of a cube that you might have at home? Oh, a die. I wonder if you have been using one of these for your maths in the last few weeks. Perhaps you can find one of those, or you might find something different. So pause the video and go and find this shape at home and pop it, or school, and pop it into your bag. Okay, next, a cylinder. So we're going to see what kind of cylinders. Do you think you have any cylinders at home or at school? At school we know that we have lots of blocks that are cylinder shaped, but I wonder at home, do you have anything like that? Something different that we might use every day? Oh, a can. That's quite heavy, so be very careful if you go get a can, but maybe you can think of a different cylinder and add it to your bag. Okay, next, a cone. Oh, an ice cream cone. I don't think you better put an ice cream cone in your bag. Okay, I wonder if you can find something that's shaped like a cone at home. If you cannot find this shape, that's okay. You can leave it out. It's not important that you have every single shape in there. But if you can think of something that you might have at home that's suitable to go into your bag, pause the video and you can go and have a little hunt for that. All right, now we have a triangular prism. A tent. Well, you definitely can't fit a tent into your bag, can you? So I wonder if you can think of anything else that might be a triangular prism shape. Have a little look around. You might be surprised and find something. I know something that you guys often have different shapes of might be a rubber. You might find a rubber that's that shape, or maybe a a special holder for your pencil. So to help you with your writing, that might be something that you find that's a triangular prism. Anyway, pause the video, go and have a wander, and then come back with it in your bag. All right. Now that you've found all of your shapes, even if you've missed a few, that's okay, as long as you get the idea. So what we're going to do next is we're going to make this our feely bag, and you're going to close your eyes and place your hand inside the bag. Feel the object and describe what it feels like. So don't peek. Make sure you're not looking. This is a guessing game. Can you guess what shape it is? Look at the shape. Were you correct? Okay, so when you feel that shape in the bag, think about all the features that it might have and how it feels in your hands that might make you think of one of the shapes that we listed already. Okay, then you look at the shape and check if you were correct. Then you're going to fill out the worksheet, which I'll show you in a second, and you're going to fill it out for that shape that you just found in your feely bag. And then you're going to place the shape back into your bag to make it a little bit trickier, otherwise there won't be enough shapes in your bag. Place the shape back in and reach for another shape and repeat this activity. Okay, so I hope that's a bit of fun for you to have a feely bag. I mean, if you really want to challenge yourself, you might add some different shapes in there as well. Maybe some that I haven't even mentioned, or maybe more than one for each shape. You can challenge yourself and make this a little bit harder if you need that. All right, let's take a look at the worksheet. Okay, so this is the sheet that you need to fill out as you complete your feely bag activity. So it doesn't have all of the shapes on there that we went through today, but you can add them and draw them if you would like to choose those shapes. Otherwise, there's just a few examples here. So we've got the sphere, the cubes, the rectangular prism, and the cylinder. So this activity is something that you can do to describe the shape. So basically we want to think about what the shapes felt like and how we can describe them. So remember, at the very beginning of our video, we've got lots of vocabulary to help us fill out these activities. So if we don't know the words, we can always look back at the video and see if any of those words match. So we don't have to use all of our technical words, we just have to get really comfortable with those words. And then sometimes I will also tell you the technical words so that we're using those. And you'll remember some of those when we did two-dimensional shapes as well. Okay, so let's say that we found the sphere in our bag. We're going to describe our sphere. So what would have it felt like? Imagine if you were holding a sphere in your hand, but you couldn't see it. How would you describe it? Okay, we could say round. Great. Round. Okay, we could say curved. Okay, and then your shape might have felt slightly different. It might have been a really smooth sphere. So you could say smooth, or it could have been something that was a little bit rough, but you can think of all the ways that it describes your shape that you find. Okay, and then if we had our cube, what would a cube? Imagine what it would feel like. There are different types of cubes. It could have been like the die that we saw, or it could have been a block that might have been a little bit of more of a sharp edge. But we can think about what the surfaces are like. So you might say that it was flat. So it had flat sides or flat surfaces, or we might even call those flat faces. Okay, it had pointy edges, didn't it? Pointy vertices. Or corners. We can call those pointy. All right. And then it had some straight edges, didn't it? So if we were getting our finger to go along the edges, we might say they're straight. All right. And then our rectangular prism is going to feel quite similar, isn't it? So it'll be interesting to see if you find it easy to find the rectangular prism or a cube, whether you get them muddled up or if you feel like they were completely different. So then you can describe your rectangular prism, and then you've got your cylinder as well. You can describe using some of those words. And then we've got a question. Which object was easy for you to find? So have a think about which ones. Were all of them easy? Did you find it really easy? Then maybe we need to make it a bit harder next time. And which objects were more difficult to find? So have a think and answer those, which ones you think were easy and which ones you think were hard. All right. Good luck with that. Okay, so let's go through that. We've got number one, we've got complete the Feely Bag 3D shape activity. And that's a really great activity that you can go and do with somebody else in the family and have a practice with that today. Number two, complete the Tuesday's PDF to match the 3D shapes with the object. So you can draw a line to the matching object and shape. And then number three, play a 3D game. And actually that might have some two-dimensional shapes in that game as well. So you can see some of the similarities between our two-dimensional and the three-dimensional shapes. All right, best of luck with everything. If you need any help, please let us know.